Well, greetings fellow dwarfers. Today we're going to be looking at some Red Dwarf merch. Not mine, this is a one-off I've had made just for moi. So this isn't going to be self-promotion, I'm not going to be showing you a load of stuff you can buy from me. This is what you can go out on the internet and find today, perhaps as a Christmas gift for someone you love. Or yourself. And you should love yourself, so I think that counts. Right, let's grab this little annoying tablet and see what we can find. First port of call, the official Red Dwarf website. Weird this, Red Dwarf's never been particularly famous for having loads of merchandise available, and unfortunately that still holds true, because if you go on here to the buy section, there is absolutely nothing, as it's a dead 404 message, dead page. So, that's not a great start. But if we go down a little bit, the official Blu-ray set is linked here, so let's have a quick look at that. This has been out a few years now, but it is a brilliant set, kind of the definitive set if you want all of the episodes in the highest quality possible, the highest quality available. Yes, you can stream Red Dwarf, but it's not going to be Blu-ray quality, that is for sure. So, advert free, ultra high quality, in Blu-ray, what more could you want? $34.99. Yeah, pretty cool actually. So just to be clear, that is the BBC episode, series 1 to 8, basically. That's all the BBC episodes. If you want the Dave era stuff, you're going to have to buy those separately. They are on Amazon as well. But you're going to be buying those separately. What we're talking about? £11 each, and you're going to need Back to Earth, Promised Land, series 10, 11 and 12. So you're looking at about another £55 for all of those, which makes 8 series. 8 series of the BBC stuff in Blu-ray, makes them look a bargain at $34.99. Okay, jumping back to the Red Dwarf official website, that's it. That really is the only thing on there that you can really buy. There's a few other things advertised, but that's the only merch on there. So let's jump across to the official Red Dwarf fan club. In here there is some merch. I actually found it's easier to find things if you go to Dimension Jump, go across to the merchandise on Dimension Jump and find some t-shirts there. So we've got the official Red Dwarf fan club t-shirt. So if you're a fan club member, that's a no-brainer. That's a great thing to have. If you attended Hollyhop last year, which was the online fan convention, if you attended that, then you might be interested in one of the t-shirts for Hollyhop. They've still got a bunch of those listed along with a tote bag, so there's options. And if we go back in merchandise, once again, there is something really cool in here that I am tempted by. Very tempted by, but I don't know. We have some miniatures. These look super detailed, super cool. These seem to be made by someone independent. If I go across mastercrafted.co.uk. These look really, really cool. Really, really detailed. Look kind of like the kind of Warhammer type things, but really high detailed. And check them out when they're painted. They just look absolutely superb. The cat looks amazing in that gold. I just absolutely love that miniature. Crying babies, Holly down in the sand. Yeah, what's not to love? Totally cool. And I mean, come on, having Crichton there holding the pair of tiny red boxes from Polymorph. Yeah, what can you not love? So they are totally cool. I'm really tempted to get some myself, except they come unpainted, which is what you want on these type of miniatures. Only thing is, I haven't done any miniature painting since I was about 12 years old and did Warhammer. So yeah, £35 with a little bit extra for delivery, but I think that is pretty cool. If you're someone who does miniatures, or you know someone who does miniatures who loves Red Dwarf, it's a no-brainer. That's a totally cool set. And the only other official Red Dwarf fan club thing that I could think you could buy a Dwarfer is if they're not already a member, sign them up. You get a load of free stuff in there. I think you get access to all the previous magazines from going back to the mid-90s. So there's loads of really cool magazines they can read. You get to be a fan club member. You get early access and cheaper access to the Dimension Jump tickets. So yeah, if someone isn't already a member, sign yourself or sign them up. Pretty cool. I think they're taking submissions at the moment. Might be worth an email just to check. And also with all this merchandise, just double check that they are taking orders. But I think it looks like it's all still on there. All right, well, that's all the official stuff on the official Red Dwarf website and the official fan club. Let's jump across to Amazon and see what other merch we can find. First port of call, okay, we've already seen. There's Blu-rays, there's going to be DVDs as well, all the official ones, they're all going to be out there. But there is, of course, all the Red Dwarf books as well. Most of these older dwarfers are going to be more than familiar with, but plenty of people won't have tried these before. So we've got the Omnibus, which is includes Infinity Welcomes Careful Drivers and Better Than Life, the two sort of main novels, if that's the right word. So these were novels written by Rob Grant and Doug Naylor together. But then separately, they also wrote, if I can find them, Backwards. So Rob Grant wrote on his own backwards, and there should be a copy somewhere of, there you go, Last Human, written by Doug Naylor. They're the 4 main novels for Red Dwarf. Well, the only novels for Red Dwarf, but there's plenty of other books available. Some official, quite a few unofficial. But the official books would include things like Robert Llewellyn's book, The Man in the Rubber Mask, cool kind of autobiography, inside story of what's going on with the guy who has to wear that crazy thing. There is the old official Red Dwarf quiz book, which I actually have an old one of those here. If you're a completionist and you want everything Red Dwarf, then go ahead and buy yourself one. But be warned, by quiz book, they mean insanely difficult quiz book. We're not just talking, what's Lister's favourite food. We're talking crazy hard questions like how many points did Venus score during the voting for Garbage World? Where did all the Valkyries go? How long was Better Than Life on the market before being withdrawn? I mean, we're talking in-depth questions. You've got to know the books as well as the TV shows. But it is pretty cool. It is official. And there's crosswords in there if you want to do those, if that's your bag. Yeah, if you're a completionist and you want a bit of everything a Red Dwarf, why not grab one? If you want to go expanding your collection a little bit, you could go to things like Rob Grant, writer of one of the original writers of Red Dwarf, his own books. He's got 4 or so, I think. Depends if you're counting the Red Dwarf ones. But he's got quite a few on here. So Incompetence, Fat, the Quanderhorn Experiment. I think I've said that right. Quanderhorn Collection, I think that's an audio book. So quite a bit of Rob Grant on there. If you want to go slightly outside of Red Dwarf, these are not Red Dwarf stories. It's written by Rob Grant. It's going to be brilliant. So yeah, highly recommended for those. And honestly, that's about all I can come up with on Amazon for kind of official, decent quality stuff that we know is going to be good. Yes, if you search around Amazon or Google, you are going to find other Red Dwarf merch. I will come to 1 or 2 items at the end of this video that are really cool, unofficial, but they've got to be worth a consideration because they're just so good looking. But first, let's have a look what some of the boys have been up to. So the big Robert Llewellyn fans are already going to know about this one, but if you're a big fan of his and you like electric cars in any way, then of course there's his YouTube channel, Fully Charged, and they do a live show. Lots of live shows each year by the looks of it. So there's one in Australia, south of England. There's one in the north of England. I might actually go to that next year. Fully Charged live in Canada and Pacific Northwest. They're doing these all over the shop. In North America, in Europe. Now, I don't know if Robert Llewellyn's going to be at all of these and if there'll be the chance to hear him or not. I'd be sort of surprised if he isn't, but don't hold me to that. But yeah, if you're interested in going to any of those, then check out the Fully Charged Show website for details. You could maybe buy someone tickets to the live show. For those of you who love a good night out, then Craig Charles is DJing all over the place, all the time by the looks of it. Check out the skiddle.com website. Craig Charles Funk and Soul Show. Just there's events all the time. All the time. This has got stuff from December right up to June. You must be able to find a ticket for yourself. Check it out, see if you want to go to a night out with Craig Charles DJing. As for Chris Barry, I know he's doing a lot of Comic-Cons and other type events, a lot of them with Unleashed events. I know he's been in Wales and Scarborough lately. Check out the Unleashed website, Unleashed events website. I think most of his ones are going to be on there, or just check out Chris Barry's own website. And the same for Danny John-Jules. Check out his website if you want to find out what he's up to. The same for Hattie. The same for Norman. So that's about it for official merchandise. That's about it for stuff to do with the cast and writers. Last but not least, though, we're just going to show one unofficial product that I think is so good, it's worth mentioning here. And these are these amazing looking 3D prints that you can get done of the Red Dwarf ship and of Starbug. These just look so good. I felt I had to mention them. I don't know anything much about 3D printing myself. I don't know how expensive it is, but these just look so incredible. The designs look so detailed. If we go through, you get to build the entire ship with such little intricate detail. It looks absolutely incredible. And the same for the Starbug. Starbug looks absolutely incredible on here. The amount of detail, and you can configure it to be able to see inside the cockpit and see the individual seats and stuff. Looks absolutely amazing to me. I'm totally impressed. Now, they sell these designs for £30 each. And I figured, yeah, that's great, but then you've got to find someone to print it. And with so much intricate parts, I don't know much about 3D printing, but are we talking hundreds and hundreds of pounds? There's a huge amount of parts in there, and you are going to have to do your own painting. But I think compared to those miniature models, hopefully this shouldn't be as difficult. Could be famous last words, but it just looks so good. I really want one. I think these are cool. I know they're not official, they're not, maybe not endorsed, but oh, they look really cool. I thought they were worth mentioning, but that is my roundup of merch for Red Dwarf. There is so little out there. I can't tell you how much I just want the Red Dwarf stuff to get sorted, the who owns it to get sorted, and hopefully so that we can see more merch coming out. That would be brilliant. I'd really love to see more become available so I don't have to make my own that you can't buy and just tease you it all. I think that's the best roundup I can give. I'm sure I've missed lots of stuff out. Nothing's been sponsored, no one's asked me to promote anything, and I didn't warn anybody I was doing this video, so there's probably lots of stuff I've missed. If I have missed something cool, stick it in the comments below, and if loads of stuff comes up, I might promote it in a second video. As I mentioned, there is plenty more stuff out there. Yes, if you type Red Dwarf t-shirt into Google, there's loads of people doing unofficial ones. They're not official. What's the quality going to be like? I have no way of knowing. That's why the only thing I've promoted here that isn't official is really, really cool looking, and I think because it's 3D printed, the 3D printer determines the quality rather than the guy who did the initial design, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong on that one. Give me your suggestions for stuff people should be buying if they're a hardcore Dwarfer fan or even just a casual fan. Guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time, Smegheads.